How huge of a loss would it be for you guys if he can't go Monday Night Football? You have the Raiders.
You know, I'm I'm in my 11th season, and obviously, I spoke with Mike yesterday, and he told me, he's gonna take it day by day and see if he can make it back. When I talk about toughness, I've never been around a guy as tough as Mike, and the way that he approaches the game, and the way that he loves the game, and so I can't count him out right now, just because I know what type of mentality he has, and he's going to try to give it all he can to try to make it back. But if he can't make it back, then it's always a next man up mentality, and so we got to have that. We got guys like Benny Fowler, Traquan Smith, Deontay Harris, and we're gonna need those guys to step up, and myself as well. And we got guys like Alvin Kamara and Cooks, and we got a lot of pieces that I feel like we could still go out and win a game.
Well, first of all, statement, and then after that, a question. First, the statement to Michael Thomas. Stay your behind home. Relax. You're the $20 million
You know how it
man.
is.
You're one of the great receivers in the NFL. Man, it's the beginning of the season. Relax. Don't sit up there and compromise yourself for the rest of the season. Y'all are Super Bowl contenders. Right. Michael Thomas, if you're listening, stay your behind home and relax on the sideline for the next week or two. You be all right. It ain't like you missing the season. Just stop it, okay? Especially with the crew y'all got. Y'all can survive for 2 weeks without him. Tell him to stop that nonsense, Emmanuel. Now to you. Let me ask you this question. Man. So you a member of New Orleans Saints. You're the New Orleans Saints, right? And all of this, look at the kid. Oh, that's adorable. There we go. Listen, talk to me about all this noise y'all heard coming into this season about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What was the mindset of the New Orleans Saints going into Sunday's contest? Talk to me about that based on all the noise y'all were hearing about Tampa Bay.
Truthfully, the noise is really Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski and the team that they built, and now we got a different Buccaneers team, in the NFC South, and so. I mean, the noise was the noise, but at the end of the day, we didn't allow that to phase us. We wanted to go out and just start the season off 1-0 and try to go out and dominate them guys. It wasn't going out and trying to win. What I was hearing around the locker room is let's go out and try to dominate and beat them, like they have been doing in the previous years. And so to be able to go out and do that and be 1-0, it feels good. But at the end of the day, we got to see those guys again down the road. And I tell you what, it was weird at first, running out of that tunnel with no fans and just the whole ambiance of the game. It was weird. So I'm looking forward to the next matchup as well versus those guys and see if they can improve as well, because I know they got a lot of pieces. They got a lot of pieces that they got to bring together, and they got to grow, and they got to gain that chemistry as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing them again down the road.
Emmanuel, you're a Super Bowl champion, and last year you had a chance to be a Super Bowl champion again, and your quarterback just missed you and would have been the game-winning catch. And now this year, you're on a team where I think you're like the missing. Yep.
Every time I come on, y'all gonna bring up that throw. Look at Steven A.
Get used to this. You're going to be signing autographs 20, 30 years from now hearing about that. This is your life now. But although that could be, the next chapter could be with the Saints where you are like the missing ingredient. They haven't had a legit number 2 receiver with Michael Thomas, really. Their best second receiver is probably Kamara recently. And now you might be that missing ingredient. You've been a part of a great tandem when you won the Super Bowl with the Broncos. What is your thoughts about your role on this team and what you bring to tip the scales for the Saints to actually get over the hump?
Well, before signing with the Saints, I looked at the 3 previous years. I was actually at Mike Thomas' house, and we were just talking about playing for Drew. The past 3 years what the Saints have dealt with in terms of the playoffs and the bad officiating that went on, and just how they couldn't get over that top to win it all. And so for me, I've always said, the moment I signed that deal, that I wanted to be the energy, the new energy that's brought in, and I'm working on being that. I'm gonna continuously be that. But again, we got to get to that playoff moment, and then I feel like that's when my energy can come about. But as of right now, during the regular season, I just want to be the guy that if teams want to double team Michael Thomas, I want when they're watching film, I want to say, we can't really double team this guy because we got number 17 on the right side of the field that's dominating his matchup as well. And so, you know, and I've always prided myself on being that guy when a play needs to be made. I want them to know that, yeah, they are double teaming Michael Thomas and they do have Alvin Kamara, but we could throw it to 17 as well, and he can get us out of ball games as well. And so that's my mentality and my approach, and you know, trying to win games.
Emmanuel, I'm curious, just playing wide receiver, and you've been a part of some great teams. Obviously, we talked about winning a championship with guys like Big Ben and Peyton Manning. What makes Drew Brees different, though?
Oh man, you know, every single day when this guy comes to work, you know, I play with Peyton, and Peyton, he'll come around, and Peyton had his routine, but you know how Peyton walked around, you've rarely seen Peyton around a facility. Like, I think I've seen Peyton around a facility 15, 20 times. He's usually preparing off on his own. You see him on the practice field, he's detailed, you handle your business. Well, every morning I see Drew walking to work, and he has this fire in his eyes that I've never seen in a player. And just how he goes about work every single day with that determination, I've never seen it. And you know, I was telling Mike about it. I was just like, man, like the way that he prepares, like Saturday practices are so intense. Like the way that he goes about his business, like. And Mike says you'll see him, like his arm would be twitching, and his face would be so locked in. And when he talks to you, he's talking so intense. And you know, I'll never forget. We were playing Tampa. And we're in the fourth quarter. And we're up by, I think, 17 with like 5 minutes left on the clock. And Drew walks up to me and he's like, "Hey, let's go put more points on the board. Let's go throw for more yards." And that's the kind of guy that he is. Like, he's intense, and it's a reason why this guy has thrown for more yards than any quarterback in the history of the game. And I see it now because I mean he's more competitive than anybody I've ever played with, and I can say that about Mike Thomas as well.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.